Joe and Jane were always together, said Joe to Jane. I love summer weather, so let's go to that beautiful sea. Follow along, just say you're with me. Anything that Joe would suggest to her, Jane would always think it was best for her. So he'd get his sword, holler all aboard, gee, I want to be by the sea, by the sea, by the beautiful sea. You and I, oh how happy we'll be.
Especially
When each wave comes a-rolling in, we will duck or swim, and we'll float and fool around the water, over and under, and then up for air. Boys rich, don't know what do we care. I love to be beside your side, beside the seaside, by the beautiful sea. Joe was quite a sport on a Sunday, then he would eat free lunch on a Monday, and Jane would lose her millionaire air and go to work martelling hair. Every Sunday he'd leave his wife at home and say, it's business, honey, I've got to roam. Then he'd miss his train, get his Ford and Jane, and say, come with me. By the sea, by the sea, by the beautiful sea. You and I, oh how happy we'll be.
especially
When each wave comes a-rolling in, we will duck or swim, and we'll float and fool around the water, over and under, and then up for air. Boys rich, don't know what do we care. I love to be beside your side, beside the seaside, by the beautiful sea.
And this concludes our time at Butcher's Supper Club. So next time, why don't you join us? We'll have a great time. Cheerio.
So this trip was very exciting. This is probably the most adventurous trip we've ever done. And I've done we've done motorcycle trips across New Zealand, Africa. Everybody thinks Africa was the most exciting. No way. This was 10 times more scary and exciting and adventurous, this Peru trip. We did Spain, France, and Italy, and that was just beautiful. And so they don't know who made these Nazca lines because they're miles long. And you can only see them from the sky. So this is what everybody's shaking their heads about. Well, who could make these things that are miles long in the desert that you could only see from the sky 1,000 years ago when there were no planes? So from up above, you can see shapes and patterns. There's a spider, there's a hummingbird, but they're like a mile across, and they're perfectly straight. and there's no end to them. Like they start with the line here and the line goes. There's no like ends. The way they made it, they're perfect. So we actually got into a plane and did a plane flight over it. And that guy was banking these planes so we can look out the left and bank, and oh my God, 20 minutes, I had enough. And then we went to a place called Islas Balastas. That's the best interpretation I have. They call it the poor man's Galapagos Islands. They have seals and pelicans and birds and all kinds of wild animals. And it's easily accessible, and it's one of the most visited places in all of Peru. It's really amazing. It's called like the Cholahola Desert. They found these graves in the desert, and they're just little indentations in the desert, in the sand. And the grave robbers would see those little indentations and dig them up. And they were pre-Inca, so they were a really long time ago. So the government came in and made a national park out of it, so you have to pay to go in there. But it was a really deep, think about riding across like Cranes Beach on a motorcycle. And you'll see the people walking, and you'll see the people standing upright just along here in the desert so dry that they don't decompose. So you'll see, it's very strange looking. So I got pictures of that. And then Ica, I-C-A, it's a place that has 500-foot sand dunes. And you can sandboard down the sand dunes. And you'll see photos. Linda's got more guts than you can imagine. They go, do you want to surf down the dunes? I says, no way. I'm riding a motorcycle in Peru. I'm not going down the sand dune. Into the Amazon, we flew in a plane into the Puerto Maldonado. It's this rugged place. You'll see it. It's all dirt roads. It's a wild place. And then we took a boat 2 hours up the Amazon River to go to a jungle lodge and stayed in a lodge for 3 nights. And they took us through the jungle and did treks. And we went to one place called Monkey Island, and I guess they would help monkeys, save monkeys. And they'd put them on this island just so they had a place in the Amazon to live. And there were monkeys everywhere. It was pretty wild. The people built an island out of reeds. Like they knocked reeds down and interwoven them. They made an island, a floating island out of reeds. And they built homes and boats and everything out of reeds. It's called the Uros Islands. It's Lake Titicaca. You might have heard of that, the highest navigable lake in the world. So we went and visited that, and you'll see that was pretty amazing. And then the last thing we saw was Colca Canyon, the second deepest canyon in the world. And they have the Andean condors, 10-foot wingspans, the biggest birds in the world. They look like dinosaurs. When they went overhead, it looked like a plane was going by. It was pretty amazing, and I've got some great shots.
Hi, this is Lester Ruggs. Just wanted to make a few comments in regards to some of the activities that have been going on here at our center. Today was extra special. For us, the center, we watched the enthusiasm of students of Thompson School as they trooped in, walking from their school. It was a special event for them. These were fourth graders. They shared their experiences with us and acted as our hosts. Now, we were seated next to 3 individual boys that plied us with all kinds of questions. Lois DiNapoli and I were one of the special people, but the entire center lunch group was set aside so that all students would share with other seniors as well. And we were seated next to 3 individual boys that, as I said, they plied us with pizza. It's always a delight to share with them. I wanted to say that our little group ushered in experiences, drawing them out as they expressed their questions. And we wanted to know a little bit about them as well and try to set them at ease. They told us of their background, and of course we had to pull these questions out somewhere or another. We all shared our experiences, for they had things that they wanted to ask of us. And I always get the comment every year, were you in the Second World War? Well, obviously, my white hair is a dead giveaway.
This is Irina Grasso, and we're a group of us from the Senior Center, from the North Andover Senior Center, and we're in Brightview in their wonderful library, and we'll all be going inside to have high tea, which will be a great event and a great experience for all of us that are on board.
Welcome all of you to our high tea here at Brightview North Andover. We're especially happy to have everyone here from the North Andover Senior Center, and we certainly hope that you're enjoying yourselves. We like to do this from time to time, just as we do many activities here, and like to get together and just have a good time. I'd very much like to thank Kathleen Barbarisi, our Vibrant Living Director, for putting this all together, and her excellent group of associates. I'd also like to thank the 6th grade class from the North Andover Middle School and the North Andover Youth Center for being so kind to come over and help us serve. And someone from the kitchen is going to be coming down to take a bow in a moment, but Paul is our executive chef, and he and the kitchen staff put a lot of this together. Anyone I forgot?
Stop talking about me.
Okay, here's Paul. Paul, executive chef, who put the foods together. And Kala from the Senior Center. Thank you very much for organizing everybody to come over.
You look great.
Mother's Day. No, not today, last Sunday.
This is my granddaughter. She works here, and I'm so excited to be able to be here with her.
I am too. I'm glad you could come.
Nice big kiss, big kiss. Oh, very
I'd just like to say thank you to these young people from the Youth Center. They're wonderful to give up their afternoon and come here and do this for us. In this age of technology, they're having people contact. They're delightful. Thank you, Youth Center, for sending these girls over.
Paul said no dinner for you guys.
So the North Andover Senior Center will be embarking on its tour very shortly.
So again, my name is Jenny and I'll be your tour guide today. Welcome to the Massachusetts State House. This building has served as the seat of our government since 1798, and the legislative and executive branches of government are housed here in this building. So what we are looking at now is what we call the Bullfinch front of the State House. It is called the Bullfinch front because the architect was Charles Bullfinch, who was America's first native-born architect, who also helped design our nation's capital in Washington, D.C. So Charles Bullfinch designed the Bullfinch front in the neoclassical federal style. So some characteristics of that kind of architecture can be seen by the dome, the columns, the aqueducts right there, and then just the overall symmetry of the building. So the cornerstone was pulled to the site on July 4th, 1795, and it was pulled to the site by 15 white horses representing the 15 states in the Union at the time. So the ceremony was led by the Grand Master of Masons, Paul Revere, and the governor, who was Samuel Adams. So that was the opening ceremony for the State House, but perhaps the main difference from the State House as it was completed in 1798 and the State House now would be the color of the dome. So in 1798, when the State House was first completed, it was shingled and painted gray, much like the roofing that you see right here. But unfortunately, that was prone to water leakage, and the representatives working below the dome did not like that. So for the first time, it was copper plated in 1802 by Paul Revere and Sons. So as you know, copper does have the tendency to turn green and oxidize. It looks good on the Statue of Liberty, but it doesn't look good here in the center of Boston. So for the first time, it was gold, gilded in gold leaf in 1874. Now this cost about $3,000, but this process was most recently redone in 1997, and it was regilded at a cost of almost $300,000, showing just how much of a role inflation has played in our society. And then probably another interesting feature, the last one, in my opinion, that is really cool, is the pine cone all the way at the top. So that pine cone represents the importance of the lumber industry in early Massachusetts. So most of the wood that was used to build the Bullfinch front actually came from Maine, which was a part of Massachusetts until 1820, when it was admitted to the Union under the Missouri Compromise. So Maine was admitted to the Union as a free state and Missouri as a slave state. So that is why the pine cone. And if you guys don't have any other questions, I'm just going to take you guys into Doering Hall. Now is a full-body portrait of Abraham Lincoln. Now, this is pretty awesome because it is only one of 4 full-body portraits of Abraham Lincoln in the entire world. Right now, we're also standing in front of George Washington, who was our first president. So, this is actually the first statue that was placed here in the State House, and it was gifted to us by the Washington Monument Association in 1827. And in that portrait, you see all of the Civil War flags being returned at the close of the war. So Governor John Andrews is standing on the front of the State House on the steps receiving all of those flags, and those flags were brought into Doering Hall, and then they were later kept here. So Massachusetts is one of the few states that does not provide a governor's mansion from where the governor would live and also work. Instead, he works here and he lives in his house somewhere else. So this room serves the purpose of holding receptions and functions that would have been held in the governor's mansion, but instead they're held here. The seal was actually designed by an Englishman who had never originally even been to Massachusetts, so he didn't really know what he was doing, but he tried. Below that, we're from Massachusetts was a Royal New England territory with Sir Edmund Andros as our royal governor. So the artist who sculpted Wolcott here, his name was Daniel Chester French, and he also sculpted the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. And it is said that he used the same mold for Lincoln's hands as he used for Wolcott's hands here, but he did Wolcott first. So next time you go to and that Massachusetts Constitution is actually the oldest constitution in continuous use in the entire world. So that is pretty special, and those 3 men were influential in drafting that. This is the Senate chamber, and these are where the senators sit and work. But before I talk about that, I should mention that right above us, about another 50 feet above us, is the Golden Dome of the State House. Another cool feature about this room are the marble busts that you see around you. So those are pretty interesting, different historical figures from different times.
Hi folks, my name is Lester Rugg. Today we're doing a very special commentary on a very special person. Her name is Donna Delaney, and this is Donna Delaney Day, all day. She's been with us, for instance, for over 14 years, and she's retiring, and we want to honor her.
After 14 amazing years with the North Andover Senior Center, Donna Delaney, or DD, as she is sometimes referred to by a member of our staff, will be leaving us on June 30th to start her next chapter in her life as an official baby boomer retiree. Yay! Donna's creativity, enthusiasm, and passion and commitment to the seniors of North Andover is beyond and cannot be minimized. The community as a whole has benefited from the outreach and the collaboration with all departments to work together and identifying the needs of the older adult population. We have established an active triad group, a monthly health clinics.
But me and Donna created a special bond for the 8.5 years that I've been here, and I will miss her very much. Thank you, Donna. Love you.
But Donna's been quite an asset to this whole community. Her kindness, and her gentleness is just so readily available to everybody. And I'm going to miss you terribly, Donna, and everyone else is.
And I think that we have bestowed upon this lady our admiration, our good thoughts, and we wish the best for your future as well. And on that note, I'm going to give you a great big hug before I burst into a little bit of a tear.
I've come here today to read a citation from the Massachusetts State Senate. Be it known that the Massachusetts Senate hereby extends its congratulations to Donna Delaney, in recognition of your 14 years of dedicated and committed service to the North Andover Senior Center, and be it further known that the Massachusetts Senate extends best wishes for continued success, that this citation be duly signed by the President of the Senate and attested to in a copy, therefore transmitted by the Clerk of the Senate, and it is signed by the Senate President, the Senate Clerk, both Senator Ives, Senator Tarr, on this 27th of June, 2016.
Good morning, everyone. We're located here at the North Andover Common, and it's located Mass Avenue, and framed by Andover Street and Osgood. We invariably meet in the winter in the youth center, and this is part of the morning walking group that we have. It meets at 9 through 10 usually. And if it's very hot, we try to make it a little bit earlier in the morning. This has been going on for the last couple of years. Part of the senior center's recreation program, or more to the point, exercise program that is so important to all of us. One of the things that we find is a need for motivation. One of the simplest and easiest ones to work with, actually, is walking. Walking is kind of sharing with others, and the time passes so quickly. We have that opportunity to walk on any given morning, and we try to do this in the summertime especially, 5 days a week. And a lot of times we find that we have other competition, such as dogs and running individuals
and turkeys
and wild turkeys.
This morning I came because I need the exercise. I'm addicted to walking now, and even though I have something I have to do, I had to come down here first.
Invariably, I think for all of us, we have a reason for joining. What's the difference between this and the winter program?
The winter program, the winter walking program?
Yeah.
Well, big difference. We walk in the youth center every day from 9 to 10 o'clock. And it's wonderful. We have wooden floors so that no one can complain about cement sidewalks. The temperature is always perfect.
And that makes a difference in itself, that's
absolutely.
For sure.
And we always have a nice group. We always have a good group in the youth center.
Yeah. Would you say that our group is actually larger in the wintertime?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. We've got bigger and better things to do in the summertime. Walk the beach.
Well, you're right there. But, we still need that walking program in the summer.
Absolutely. It's good to be addicted to this. This is the best addiction possible. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.